In this tutorial, we will learn about the GitHub platform for beginners. GitHub is a web-based service that allows developers to store, manage, and share their code using Git, a version control system. GitHub is a platform used for code storage, where developers can save and manage their projects online. It uses Git to track changes in code, allowing users to keep a history of updates and revert to previous versions if needed. GitHub supports team collaboration by enabling multiple people to work on the same project simultaneously. It also provides tools for code review and issue tracking, helping teams improve code quality and manage tasks efficiently. Additionally, GitHub can be used for both open source and private projects. In this GitHub demo, we will walk through the basic workflow for beginners. First, you sign up for a GitHub account and create a new repository to store your project. Then, you can clone the repository to your computer and open it in Visual Studio Code for development. Before making changes, you set up Git with global configurations such as your username and email. As you work on your project, you make changes, stage them, and create commits to save your progress. After that, you push your code to GitHub using commands like git push origin main. You can also create pull requests to review and merge changes, which is useful for collaboration. This flow helps you understand GitHub features like version control, teamwork, and code management. Step 1: GitHub Setup. The first step is to sign up and log in into your GitHub account by entering your email and password. Create a new repository called Demo. While creating the repository, you can choose its visibility as private so only you or selected collaborators can access it. You should also add a README file to describe your project. Additionally, you can include a gitignore file to exclude unnecessary files and select a license if needed, depending on how you want others to use your code. Once you open your repository, click on Add File, then upload or drag your file into the repository. You can add an HTML page, for example, a demo page. While committing, you need to add a name, commit message, and a description explaining the changes you made. You can either commit directly to the main branch or create a new branch in between your workflow for better organization. If you create a new branch, you can then open a pull request to review and merge your work. For example, you can create a pull request titled CS Demos Patch 1. Once you are ready, review your changes and click Create Pull Request. After that, you can go through the details, add a title and description, and submit the pull request for review. This allows others to check your changes before merging them into the main branch. When the pull request is ready to be merged, you can review the changes and make any final updates. You can also add reviewers, assign the pull request to team members, and include labels or link it to a project for better tracking. These features help organize work, improve collaboration, and ensure the code is properly reviewed before it is merged into the main branch. Once everything is done and the pull request has been reviewed, click Merge Pull Request to combine the changes from your branch into the main branch. After merging, you can also delete the branch if it's no longer needed to keep your repository clean and organized. On your GitHub repository page, you can see Merge Pull Request number 1 from CS Demos Patch 1. This shows that your changes have been merged. To view the updates, click on index.html, and you will see the changes you made reflected in the file, such as your demo page content. By clicking on the merged pull request, you can see the changes in detail. All the green sections represent the additions or changes that have been made, while all the red sections show the code or content that was deleted. This color-coded view helps you quickly understand what was added, modified, or removed in the update. The Issues feature on GitHub allows you to manage and organize tasks, bugs, and discussions for your project. You can use it to track problems, report errors, or suggest new features. Issues also let you assign tasks to team members, making collaboration easier and more efficient. Additionally, you can discuss ideas, leave comments, and provide feedback within each issue. With labels, milestones, and project boards, issues help prioritize work and keep your project organized, ensuring that all tasks and discussions are clearly documented in one place. A pull request is a way to propose and review changes from one branch before merging them into another branch on GitHub. Actions on GitHub allow you to automate workflows, such as building, testing, and deploying your code, whenever certain events occur in your repository. Projects on GitHub help you organize and manage your work by creating boards, tracking tasks, setting priorities, and visualizing progress using cards and columns. Security and quality on GitHub help protect your code and ensure it works correctly. This includes tools for vulnerability alerts, code scanning, dependency management, and automated testing to maintain high-quality, secure software. Insights on GitHub provide analytics and reports about your repository, such as contribution activity, pull request and issue statistics, traffic, and community engagement. Settings on GitHub give you full control over your repository and how it is managed. Through the settings, you can change the repository's visibility, making it either public for everyone to see or private so only selected collaborators have access. If necessary, you can permanently delete the repository from your account, giving you complete control over your project's lifecycle and organization. Next, to connect your local computer to the GitHub repository, you use the git clone command. This command copies the repository from GitHub to your local machine, allowing you to work on the project offline, make changes, and later push updates back to GitHub. Step 2. GitHub and VS Code. To set up Git on your local machine, you need to configure your global username and email so that all your commits are properly attributed. This is done using the git config global commands, where you specify your name and email. For example, you can set your username to csdemos and provide your email address. Once configured, every commit you make from your computer will display this information, ensuring that your contributions are correctly recorded and identifiable on GitHub. After configuring Git, you use git init to initialize a local repository and git clone to copy your GitHub repository to your computer. When you run git clone, it may open a browser asking for permission to connect GitHub with Visual Studio Code. You should click Allow to enable the integration, which lets VS Code interact with your GitHub repository automatically, making it easier to edit, commit, and push changes directly from your editor. After opening the demo repository that you cloned from GitHub, start by updating your HTML file. Change the title tag to something meaningful for your project, like CS Demos page. And you can also add additional content in the body section, such as headings, paragraphs, or links to demonstrate your project. Next, open the README-MD file and provide a detailed description of your project, including its purpose, features, and instructions for use. You can also add sections like installation, usage, and contributing to make it more informative for collaborators. Once you have updated both the HTML file and the README, save your changes. Then, you can stage the files using git add, commit them with a clear message, and push them back to your GitHub repository to keep it up to date. This process ensures that your repository is organized, documented, and ready for collaboration. Using git add index.html will stage the index.html file, meaning that Git will track the changes you made to that specific file for the next commit. Using git add with a dot will stage all the changed files in the repository, including your updated HTML file, README, or any other modified files. This is useful when you want to commit multiple changes at once. To commit your changes after staging the HTML file, you use the git commit command with a message describing what you did. This records your changes in the local repository, creating a snapshot of your work. Git will show the files that were included in that commit. The changes you made in those files, additions, deletions, edits are saved in the commit history. Git push origin main will push your committed changes from your local repository to the main branch on GitHub. This updates the remote repository with all the changes you have committed locally, such as your updated index.html and README-MD. Git pull origin main is used to fetch and merge changes from the main branch on the remote GitHub repository into your local repository. This ensures that your local copy is up to date with any changes made by others or from another machine before you continue working. You have successfully learned the GitHub platform for beginners. You can create repositories, add and update files, commit changes, and push them to GitHub. You also know how to use branches and pull requests for collaboration, track changes, manage issues and projects, and automate workflows with actions. By connecting your local machine with Git clone and using Git push and Git pull, you can keep your work synchronized. These skills give you a strong foundation to manage projects and collaborate effectively on GitHub.